Got it.
Mm-hmm.
And got it. Right. All righty, y'all. Namaste. Islam. I am Brother Hassan Ghazi Obey here at Morocco at northwest of Mexham. How are you? And I am here with no other than my beloved brother in whom I am well pleased. And he is
Brother Shawnee Ale. All is well.
Indeed, a mo. Guys, I'd like to welcome to our 7-day tropic medical astro weather report. Did a little bit of, so-called advertisement, right?
Oh, we have to probably add me to the spotlight on the cameras. On the spotlighters.
You're not seeing yourself, bro. It's looking like all four of us. Look, I can go already. Let's just, how we build this thing while we flying it. So I'm going to go to YouTube right now and actually see if all four screens are actually showing up on YouTube. Let me go and refresh this thing for the live, so to speak. Let me go on Bizac, right? Let's see what we got going on. Let me exit out of that YouTube and come on back, right? And let's see how it's looking. I see all four screens, bro.
Yeah, it's on here it looks different, but okay, we rolling. We good.
Really? Interesting. How are you seeing it, bro?
Like I just on my screen, I see you. Usually, like it shows like the whole four different things, but when I click the YouTube, it shows all in the square. Because usually
Gotcha.
Interesting.
All right. Well, yeah, we're gonna keep it rocking, TikTok and no stop it. Right. So let me go back and bring our look behind us, right? The word behind us, right? 7HealStar. All righty, guys. So this is our 7-day tropic medical astro weather report. We'd like to welcome you all here. We're gonna A-B it today, right? Brother Sean's gonna knock out Thursday, Saturday, Monday, and Wednesday, and I got Friday, if I'm not mistaken, right? Sunday and Tuesday. All righty. So we're gonna A-B this thing on now. Right, I know I got the laundry list on Tuesday because that's the lunar eclipse. All right, I guess maybe I'll put something together, or maybe I and Brother Sean can do some astrology and tarot on the lunar eclipse for all 12 ascendants. We'll have a little something coming for you guys. What do you think, Brother Sean? You think that's a great idea, or what?
Yeah, it sounds very informative and scrupiative.
Yeah. As a treat we can give them tonight.
Pulled any tarot in a minute, so yeah, maybe we can give them a little sign.
Yeah, man, we don't have to do
a little taste of sauce.
You pull a card, a sign, I guess, something like that. That's something we can do today.
We can do that today.
Look at that improv kind of fashion, how we do on the Freestyle Wednesday tip, right? So let's get this going, guys, and enjoy ourselves. I guess first and foremost, let me go and share my screen, right? And bring on up this calendar. I just want to show you guys the calendar. Share screen and start the broadcast. It's counting down. All right, and there we go. So let me just go right here, guys. And take it back to the beginning, right to our 7HealStar Astro Calendar, March Aries 2022 to February Pisces 2023. All righty, we're quoting El-Hajj Sheikh Sharif Abdul Ali doing religious corporate activity by affidavit, being Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Quote, time never was when man was not. All righty, so we'd like to welcome you all. As I said, you can see that this is our 7HealStar Astro Calendar, again, for March Aries 2022 to February Pisces 2023, right? And we're actually looking at the month, all right? The month that we're looking at here is pertaining to the water sign Scorpio, right? The Scorpion, anciently ruled by Mars, contemporarily assisted by Pluto, as well as within this moon cycle and this Gregorian calendar month, right? Actually, you all will also see, we'll go over the sun ingressing and transiting the fire sign Sagittarius, dealing with the archer or hunter. Some would say, well, that particular hunter is an archer, right? Has bow and arrow. However, being very zen there, anciently and contemporarily ruled by Jupiter. All right. And today, guys, we are going over the third, from the 3rd November 2022 to the 9th November 2022. All righty. So with that being said, guys, again, Brother Sean will be starting us out with Thor's Day, right? Thor's Day, right? And that will be for those 4 testimonies there. Friday, it'll be I for the holy day for those 4 testimonies, as far as those 4 transits, and the 1 ingress there. And there's an hour and 2-minute void, of course. Brother Sean will give his diverse testimony, right? For that 1 transit there for the 5th. And then on the 6th, it'll be I, all righty, and I will give those diverse testimonies for those 3 transits there, along with a 6-hour and 15-minute void, of course, it's there also. And then on the 7th, Brother Sean will go in on that Tauran lunar ingress, where Luna will ingress the sign that in which it is exalted just 14 minutes after midnight. And Brother Sean will also go over that testimony there for that Venusian Saturnian quartile. All right. And then on a Tuesday, Ilowa Hamael or Zamael, some would say, for the lunar eclipse that's taking place there, guys. Looky, Astro Cookie, approximately around-ish 0602 minutes, 0600 hours and 2 minutes, according to Eastern Standard Time. So some of you guys may not really see this. This may be a on the horizon kind of, you know, on the horizon, because, you know, sunrise, as you can clearly see, is at 0647 minutes on that day, right? So it's right before sunrise. So I don't think you're going to really be seeing it. It's kind of a twilight lunar eclipse there, guys. All righty. Very twilightish. When I mean twilight, you'll see the light pertaining to the sun, but the sun, particularly from near the Baltimore Corporation, Maryland State Republic, will not be above the horizon, guys, you know, when this lunar eclipse takes place. However, we'll go and give our testimony for that because I have the 8th Tuesday, right? Which is, you know, trying to my solar return. Look at that. Look at that. I know there's some people, I do know some Scorpios that have that 8th energy going on for November 8th. So shout out to you guys. All right. And then Brother Sean will close this thing out now with the 3 testimonies there for the 9th and the 1 ingress, as Luna is void course for 1 hour and 37 minutes. All righty. So with that being said, guys, let's get started, as we're seeing that we're about to get into our 7-day tropic medical astro weather report, and we're going to see Luna ingress, right? 3 different signs. This is amazing. Going from Pisces to Aries, Aries to Taurus, Taurus to Gemini, all within 7 days. Because technically, when the sun is in Scorpio, things kind of move a little fast when we're observing the moon, you know, and the earth is, you know, theoretically in Taurus, right? However, even though we're doing an earth-based astrology, technically, when you're talking tropic astrology, so to speak, we're talking about the areas pertaining to, you know, the zodiac that we call signs. However, you know, there are different branches and levels. However, only one sky that we're all observing, actually, technically speaking. However, let's move it forward, right? And bring it on back here. I'm going to stop the screen share here and begin the screen share here so we can bring up our different transits, all right? So with that being said, my brother Sean's going, and I'm going to be doing some production in the background while at the same time making sure I'm getting things going, right? So with that being said, oh, wow, that means I didn't even compress the photo, bro. I just sent the photo and didn't even compress it. But you know, I'm about to do my fizzing, right? So with that being said, bro, let me go and screen share here. Any questions, comments, and or suggestions, Brother Sean, before we get started?
Let's get it going.
Let's get it going. Absolutely, bro. Let's get this thing going. Let me turn this around a little bit, get that lighting a little bit better from this laptop camera there. All righty, so let's get this going and going strong. All righty, so let me actually come back to the Zoometh here, right? With the screen share. All righty. And share the screen. Here we go. All right. So, with that being said, I yield the floor to my beloved brother, in whom I'm well pleased, Brother Sean Alim L. Islam.
Islam, bro. Gratitude indeed. Thus, get that. Okay. All right, there we go. All righty, so let's get this thing going. We got sunrise, sun conjunct the ascendant. All righty, so we've got Sol at, let's see, 11 degrees 2 minutes. So yeah, sun trending Scorpio. This is sunrises, like I said, journaling, meditating, really just diving into the unseen. So yeah, probably maybe some beings in the collective having some really strong dreams here. Or just kind of like things coming up that might be like triggering, but for a sense of as they would say, facing one's own demons, quote unquote. Right. And yeah, oh yeah, for that. Just Mercury, right there too. Really just being comfortable with things that make you feel uncomfortable. And we'll get into the first aspect of a day, and we have a lunar Mercurian trine occurring before sunrise. So we're just going to take a little step back here on this beautiful Thursday, right? All right, yeah, word to Brother Jag here. We've got Luna in the 6th, transiting Pisces there, 7 degrees, 30 minutes, Pisces in the 6th house. And we have Mercury in Scorpio at the same longitude there, right? Latitude, longitude, and 2nd house. So 2nd and 6th.
Well, we're not sure if it's the same latitude, but it's definitely the same celestial longitude.
Celestial longitude, yeah.
It's love, yeah.
2, 3, yeah. Occurring 5 houses away. So this is a trine. Yeah, this is getting like some publishing here, or kind of like opening the idea or going forward the business idea or something in that kind of sort of fashion, right? 6th house dealing with service. So Luna and Pisces in the 6th is the people, right? Or yeah, people could be resting. So maybe there's even like a increase in kind of like massage bookings, or maybe like spa treatments in those fashions. Mercury in the 2nd. So yeah, definitely exchanging some energy to recharge one's energy, or really just shackling up, reading a book, or maybe going out to the park to go read a book, right? Or just getting out into nature, or just studying like your favorite TV show from kind of like a different sense towards just being like a spectator. The final expositor with Venus and Saturn, Venus still there and Saturn in 5th. Yeah, so yeah, getting creative, intensely creating. So yeah, definitely whether you physically do it or you just mentally, kind of visualize, just get creative. And I will yield, we will get into the next aspect, and we have a solar lunar trine. Yeah, this is gonna be a very harmonic day. We've got 3 trines and a sextile.
Correctamundo. Absolutely correct. As the computer gets itself together, let's bring up that next transit thing. All right.
All right, so moving on along here, this is going on about 10 anti-meridian here. We've got Soul in the 11th house. Looky. Definitely in the opposite house of where he feels home. And we have Luna in the 3rd. So definitely, 12 houses away from where she's comfortable. Or where her home is. Swinging back around, you coming home, Dorothy, but you've always been home. All right, so Solar and Luna. Yeah, this is once again another creativity thing, but this is more as to kind of just really feeling good about yourself, like kind of like accepting yourself for some things that one can't change, and Luna is in a 3rd. So yeah, this is all mental. So yeah, maybe someone's having like a kind of like renewal relationship with their like one siblings, because they like have this transformation within themselves, and now they're having this communication with their friends and their siblings. So they're seeing two sides of themselves, even from within their own viewpoint. So they're able to get into the mystery, or just being able to really want to be charitable. Getting out of what makes them mentally uncomfortable, so that now they can embrace what's on their hearts. So now you're healing that self-identity of oneself. And really just understanding too that everything not on the internet is real, but there are, very positive and uplifting things on the internet as well. But also that when you look at the other side, that a lot of it be cap. Straight cap, and Luna's in the 3rd. So looking at the people, right? And it's Sagittarius is on the rise, 8 degrees. So this is being poured out through Jupiter in the 4th. So yeah, there's definitely some like home shifts. Like maybe someone's about to either take that long journey from home, or be taking a short trip, looking at new homes, or maybe like taking a journey to go view a kind of like an education opportunity. Yeah, there we go. An educational opportunity.
Change of dorms, is that what you're saying? Sort of, kind
Yeah.
of. Hey, I
Like
got
going to
approved for my dorm change, like stuff.
checking out some dorms, or maybe even not being able to, like, if they can't afford to go there physically, taking like a virtual tour. With that here, and Luna, Sun and Scorpio, Luna's and Pisces. It's just very harmonic. Like, definitely, collective's probably gonna feel like wanting to rest more, but the other side of that is just more active, as to really just being clear on what's hidden. And with that, I'm gonna yield for that solar lunar trine. So next we will get into lunar and Venusia trine. Wow, so we got soul, we had self there that was just trine, right? Then just how we nurture ourselves in public again, the people with Mercury, how we communicate, and now we're moving to how we nurture ourselves and how we relate, right? So Luna is in the 12th, 1424. Venus is at 14 degrees, 24 minutes, Scorpio, and the 9th. So yeah, this is occurring 4 houses away from each other. Muy. Luna's in the 12th, Venus in the 9th. Yeah, this is having those conversations, either with yourself, or like group meetings in private, or somewhere in those fashions, of really being able to grasp and comprehend with some things here. Venus and Scorpio, Yeah, it's definitely like intensely relating, like having those conversations that could come off as light or start out as something, and 5-10 minutes later it's like, wow, went a whole new direction, but you're so intense and cold, you're like, oh wow, we just kind of like really did that. And Saturn is in his joy in the 12th right there too. So just structuring and nurturing, you're really able to learning how to um really know how to nurture yourself, because some could not know how to nurture yourself. Like, well, what do you mean? How do I nurture myself? Like, is that just giving myself hugs and love? It's like, no, that's knowing how you can take care of your mental peace, how you're taking care of your body, listening to your body when you say you need to eat, when you need to sleep, when you need to rest. Um, all these various things, and just taking time to yourself, whether it's just riding in your conveyance, traveling, just listening to music. Pisces is also, music. So writing some poetry, or kind of make like some motivational posts or quotes, for everyone that they can relate to and feel. Venus and the ninth, that's foreign. So yeah, I'm seeing like some like women, like some mothers part of me, like either starting a group, or like things yeah, starting a group to change their home, like a mother's kind of like group for other mothers for various things, like a support group that's healthy. And with that, I will yield, and I think this will be the final one. Yeah, that is for this lunar Uranian sextile. So we have a growth opportunity for how we want to break through, and just how we nurturing ourselves and developing our souls on Earth God, on Midgard, pardon me. So yeah, your Uranus in the 12th, and Luna is here in the 10th. So yeah, this is the people here, and the house of authority, right? So yeah, I'm really seeing concepts of being grasped through this point. Um, I said the veil will stand, Scorpio is all about finding things out, investigating. Um, how do you deal with others, right? And yeah, this is just beautiful here to end this day out, and this is occurring at 2028 here. So um that's about 8:28 post meridian, right? For those. So yeah, this is opportunity just to really structure, or to be able to put the universal law and just the philosophy and wisdom into practice, to raise one's status, to properly be in harmony with the goals. And Uranus is definitely helping you break through when you're having those thoughts alone to yourself, or when you just reviewing how you value yourself and things that you would, like to be able to do. And Gemini's on the rise, so Mercury is definitely ruling that, and Mars is right there conjunct. So this is a Mars rising. So and it's retrograde, so you're definitely reconsidering things, but moving forward in the mental, and just how you communicate. What are your actions for? Like, what are you doing, and what is your why? And Mercury's right there in the 5th. So yeah, maybe like some romantic interest, or really just realizing that if you pave the way now properly, then things will shift and change and not be the same for the little ones for when they get older. So that now you're helping to clean up what was done before you, so that now you can't just put it off on someone else. So yeah, being responsible with the knowledge and wisdom that you had for the betterment of others, because freedom is everybody's job, right? So you're really be able to relate with that through service, knowing that everyone is of service to each other and that we are all equals here. So yeah, definitely there's going to be things just revealed so that people can really see like what status and authority really is and just how things really work. Yeah, okay, right there. And yeah, with that, I'm gonna yield and I'm gonna pass this thing on to my brother Hassan.
Islam. Excellent. I got little production behind the scenes completed. Got to shout out to a few beings. While checking that, let's just double check and see this chat real quick. And just let me just go and say peaceful greetings to those that are to come, right? Peaceful greetings, beloveds, right? That's what we do. That's what we put there, right? As well as I'm going to make sure that is sound too. Boom, shakalaka, TikTok, don't stop up. Alrighty, so just bringing me back here to the calendar, right, for the 4th, right? And for the 4th November 2022, alrighty, it's supposed to be a sunrise there. However, what I will do is I will fix that, right? Give me 1 second, bro. I gotcha, right? And we're going to do the sun there, and we'll also do the ascendant. I think I still had it at 60 degrees, of course. So let me put it at 0, right? Right there, and bring us right up to the sunrise, right? That should happen in about 7:42-ish, 0700 hours and 42 minutes. So you already know, guys, with a solar ascendant conjunction there, right? Whereas we have our solar ascendant conjunction, what is actually taking place is, okay, so far so we're not A, B in it. There you go, and brother Terrell. What's good, broski doski? The sauce has arrived. The sauce has arrived. Yeah, man, we're only at Friday anyway. We're just at Holy Day. So with that being said, guys, the 4th November 2022 at 0700 hours, 42 minutes and 16 seconds Eastern, according from the perspective standing at the near the Baltimore Corporation, Maryland State Republic, we see there at 12 degrees Scorpio, right? 2 minutos, right? We are actually seeing that the sun, as always, when the sun is in Scorpio, will be ruling the 10th whole sign from itself, which is a Leo. So what we're putting on high here and was really feeling it is, if you're a supervisor, manager, you're the king of your castle, so to speak, or you are in some form of leadership or know that you are responsible for other beings that you must make some thoughts for or make sure things are settled for, you're going to be feeling really charged and really pumped up to make sure everything that is behind the scenes or everything that is the actual operational things, I'm telling you, those operation managers are really going really hard there and making sure that everything is in order. Like if you're an operational manager at a McDonald's, and we're not promoting fast food or McDonald's, I'm just saying everybody is really making sure that productivity is really moving effectively based on the operational standards and or being ahead of time. So a lot of people are going to be feeling a little psychic in how they're moving as far as when it comes to their leadership skills and oversight. Just to kind of put that out there. All right. And just prior to this, right, in previous fashion, we have a lunar Neptunian conjunction, right? So Luna and Neptune are there together. And what they're doing there, they're really bringing forth some things that will really secure the institution, really bring home some spirituality. And no other way to secure the institution, but really allowing your spiritual growth and walk within to be something that is absolutely strong for you, that will really make you be able to see that which is necessary. That, worry not, bro. That is just my processor trying to process. I'm serious, man. That's just all it is. I would worry not. Let it do its thing and try to get it all together.
Jump
Right?
around. Jump,
What'd you say?
jump around.
Yeah, I know, right?
Process around.
Yeah, I know, right? That's just saying that, that's just a clear clue that I need to back up all the files and stuff, so that it can have room to process. That's all it's doing. It's like, man, I'm trying to find some place to put. Okay, I found what I can do now. I don't move some things around. Now I can bring this up, and that's fine. So that's just, again, I have to go and do some operational, what is that called? Operational cleansing, so to speak. It's always just backing up files that's on this computer and just making sure that they are there as far as, on another drive, so that, we can do what we do here with no problem in processing, because I know it's a lot of music that I'm going to be giving attention to also. So yeah, I have to back up a lot of files to clear out space so that the computer can have the space necessary to process it. Again, that's, Sun in Scorpio at sunrise, right? ruling the 10th house there. Alrighty, so here we go, guys. This is actually happening in the 5th house. Alrighty, so when it comes to really securing the institution, or really bringing home spirituality, you may find yourself, introducing yoga to your children, or allowing your children to guide the yoga class by allowing them to do the instruction from that which they've learned. The children are really hyped up with the responsibility that mothers are allowing them to have, because it makes them stand and feel that they have a position in the home, where they can really expand who they are. And now what this does, even if they don't comprehend it, they'll be able to find recreation in spiritual, breath descended, right? Because that's what spiritual is, breath descended, artful exercises pertaining to said breathing, where they can actually really find means within themselves to be creative after this session, after the yoga session. They can really find themselves on this holy day, right, to really move forward in their creativities, right, and really, really, really enjoy that which they actually see for themselves. And this happened in about 22 degrees, 53 minutes. Of course, it's at 0600 hours, 33 minutes, and 25 seconds. So just really know that even with the way that this artful and creativity that's going to happen, it's going to be very boosting to their self-esteem. They'll be able to see the beauty in themselves and really be able to communicate from the heart some things that even in your childhood you wish that you could have communicated to your progenitors, said mother and father. However, this here is where you will see the little ones will actually speak to your heart. And with that, I yield the floor. Next, we have a lunar Martian quartile. Alrighty, so Lunar and Mars are squaring off there. So there's a lunar Martian quartile that is occurring. And with this lunar Martian quartile, is actually happening within the third, right? You see the third house here where Luna is, and Pisces at 25 degrees, Mars at 25 degrees, right? 26 minutes, still retrograde. And Mars is going to be retrograde until the 12th, all right, January 2023. So 75 days. Mars is from October 30th, 2022 till the 12th, January 2023, right? At 75 days, that is 2 months. And if I'm not mistaken, let's see. Yeah, that's from October to November is 1 month, November to December is 2 months, and then from December 28th till about the 12th is get you your 15 days on to the 60 to those 2 moon cycles. So for 2.5 moon cycles, all righty, you are going to see that this Mars is retrograde right there, sitting actually just above the 7th house cusp, still in the 7th house, guys. So what's going to happen here with the communication with your loved ones, you're going to really find a way to really be creative in how you turn people down easily. You want to turn people down easily, or you're going to be able to enjoy something like a portion of whatever it is that you received from a loved one, and really just find a means to really expand on the moment and the emotion within your communication so that you can be able to be very wise in how you choose your words so that you're not coming off as an aggressive wounded healer. However, in here, what people will be able to do, they'll be able to hear you very clearly. Not only clearly, they'll be able to really know what you have reservations about, what you do enjoy and or not enjoy. And for the next experience, they will be able to make sure it's much more harmonious to your liking. For example, someone may cook you something or fix you something or prepare you something. And this, let's say if it's a salad, salad's great, but you don't like strawberries instead of tomatoes in your salad, or you don't like apples in your salad instead of, you will have it to not be sweet at all. You like your salad more savory than sweet. So that's what will actually occur there. So you guys will be able to really just internalize, that which people like and or not like. And you're like, you know what? So next time I'll be able to do this so that I can, show that I really care about what my loved ones enjoy and make sure that I am giving them that which makes them feel even more comfortable, further building trust. And with that, I yield the floor. Next, we have a sextile, and it's lunar Plutonian. All righty. So with a lunar Plutonian sextile, we are really securing our inheritance here. We are really, having our subconscious mind go through a death and rebirth that will really bring home some things that will allow us to transform. All righty. So with that being said, it's a growth opportunity in making sure that as we allow ourselves to really think deeply and really allow ourselves to, structure the things that are necessary within ourselves, what we can actually see is that with Luna there, still in Pisces, of course, right? Luna is still in Pisces in the second house, of course. Wow, Pluto's there in the first. So, this is a self-evaluation, right? You guys may be finding yourselves really checking your self-esteem again. Make sure, what is self-esteem? Self-esteem is how you estimate yourself. Are you going to estimate, guesstimate, or are you going to know? So here you can actually know, you can actually be very transformative, make sudden changes in yourself. You have seen them with long hair for years, and then all of a sudden it's like, yo, did you cut your hair? That's kind of like that energy there. However, what they may have did that sudden change for may be for the fact that they are allowing themselves to go into a structure, right? A structured portion in their life where actually what's really occurring is possibly a suicide in their career, actually. It's like, hold on, man. Like, you may see if like Rapunzel, right? That's probably what you'll watch. It's interesting. Maybe that movie will come up and it's like, hold on, man. Like this hair cutting of Rapunzel, it just kind of ends her being the girl who has the longest hair ever, Rapunzel, right? It's like, well, what's going on? Like, is that really where she needs to be in her life? Because isn't that a bit of a career suicide? Why would she do something like that? However, there's some happiness and goodness and some serious fortune that may take place, maybe very heroic and courageous, yet defiant, right? In that. So, however, avoid those of you that are out there. This is another thing. Make sure you avoid explosions because there may be something going on with fire or something like that. Make sure not only are your brakes changed, guys, or you don't grind, where you need some new shoes and or pads or whatever, you need some more, new drum brakes or whatever. Make sure that there isn't a heat that's going on and your brakes catch on fire, or make sure you have what is necessary to be in your engine, right, as they call it, or pertaining to your land conveyance or any for that, so that you can avoid a mechanical fire as well. What you'll actually see take place here, though, will be something that it's probably a near-death experience, provided that no one actually did what they needed to do to prevent it by keeping up the preventive maintenance. So to avoid a suicide by hair because you got gum in it, it's like, oh, their hair was so pretty, now it's so short, or not keeping up the maintenance on something. Make sure, guys, you are being very attentive to how things are actually structured just in your thought process so that you can really keep up on the maintenance pertaining to things so that you can really expand on how wise you are in really securing that which you value so that you don't have to self-incriminate in a way where now the transformations you have to make, you may have to abandon the plan that you actually had in order to actually move forward, where you could have just had some preventive maintenance without such a huge loss. All righty, so that's what I yield to there, and I actually yield the floor. Next, we're going to have where Luna's making its last aspect before going void of course for an hour and 2 minutes, right? Luna's going to be conjunct Jupiter, right? So here, guys, you know, the people are going to come together in large groups. They're going to want to actually enjoy how they can go along and getting along. However, it may be a secret meetup, right? Depends if this happens in the 12th house. Looky. Right, it's happening in the 12th house there, so it could be, you know, a little secretive, so to speak. You know, and if it's a secret meetup, guys, what I really think that may be happening here, especially with it being 6th to the 7th house, some people may be actually linking up with someone from their past. You know, this may be the mark of an ex, you know, exes, so to speak, getting together. You tried a relationship years ago, it didn't work. However, you guys have had a conversation now that, you know, make you both think, you know, this is what your soul is definitely destined towards. However, there's some wounded healing that's taking place here. So the conversation must take place in a way where you guys both making sure you're being fairly serviced by one another, because you really don't want the fated relationship to really change your standing in life, where, you know, someone goes through a seeming depression because what was spoken about wasn't actually followed through all the way. So make sure you do bring up things that you related to. Maybe there were some beautiful things in the past that you would like to go into, maybe some things behind the scenes. Just admit, yeah, you know, you may have not been very honest in some of your dealings in the past. However, you guys decide to move forward, you guys decide to reinstate the relationship, or you may just want to have closure. This is definitely the closure aspect here with Luna and Jupiter there in the 12th house, with Luna feeling kind of comfortable in Pisces. You know, it's going to be some drinking involved. So guys, make sure you're responsible. I know I don't, you know, drink, you know, particularly. And, you know, with that being said, I mean, I drink water, but not alcohol. So with that being said, you know, if you're doing that, you're imbibing the spirits, right? Be not inebriated. However, be not also inebriated in the spirit where you're being a little unrealistic about the outcome that could take place. So be very realistic in your communication. Make sure you're serving one another appropriately. Speak from the heart and really, yes, bring things to mind that happened in the past. However, do not harp on them, so that you can be able to really find some fortune in the wounded healing, so you guys can all move forward away from said comfort zone. All righty. So with that being said, very, very interesting too, how Venus is setting right there, man. Venus is definitely setting in the 7th right here, man. It's like it's literally 40 minutes off of the 7th house cusp, and it's just a jam-packed party in the 6th as well as the 12th. It's just it's a party, it's a party, it's a party. Fucker. So anyway,
Jackson, that's a party I don't want to go to.
What'd you say?
So Jackson, that's a party I don't want to go to.
Because it's in the 6th house. You are so hilarious, bro. I mean, hey, man. I mean, it's just a means to really, you know, have that communication that's necessary so closure can take place. You know, that's the advantage of the combust energy pertaining to Mercury being combust there with Sol. All right. So with that, I yield the floor. So, you know, guys, for this hour and 2 minutes that Luna is void, of course, after making this aspect conjunct to Jupiter, you know, make no major transactions, guys, you know, unless you know that it's going to be favorable for you, you know, unless you have your mirror AstroLiteracy session already completed. You know, if you haven't, you know, you guys already know, go to 7HealStar.com, sign up for our email list. All righty. And eventually, you know, if not today, do it by Friday. Schedule your mirror AstroLiteracy sessions. All right. You can do them, oh, well, look, I, can transact this day, and then 14 days later, I can transact for that because, I proctored 14 different, four different Mirror AstroLiteracy sessions. You can get your Mirror AstroLiteracy sessions completed by any of the brothers pertaining to 7HealStar Astrology. You also can get reports done by any of the brothers. However, Brother Sean Alim has your mental magician reports ready for you also. All right, you get a Jaguar Solar astrology session, Mirror, or the Astro Core Mirror session with brothers Terrell Tamari Bay for the Jaguar Solar Mirror AstroLiteracy session, and the Astro Core Mirror AstroLiteracy session with Brother Corey. All right. You guys want to get your Mirror AstroLiteracy session done by you can reach out by DM to at 7HealStar Instagram. All right. As well as our Astrology Street Instagram. All I need is your natal time, natal date, natal location. All right. You can also, sign up for it on 7healstar.com. You see the Mirror AstroLiteracy session. You'll see our pictures respectively. You click on it and be able to order that which you need. All right. So with that being said, and moving forward after this hour and 2-minute word course, you see Luna's ingressing Aries from Pisces, right? And in doing so, let's bring that back, all right? Bring you on back.
Bring it back.
Yeah, I know, right? There we go. Bringeth, thateth, backeth. All right, so with that being said, right? Let's see. All right, I think we're good now. It's looking good. Laptop over here decided, I want to go away. It's like, no, you're not. All right, so with that being said, you see Luna is making its ingress into Aries, right? So hey, look, man, the mother that's the head of the household, so to speak, or the matriarch is really seeking to share and or take on some guests. She doesn't mind taking on other people's children. She doesn't mind actually, possibly, if not being a daycare provider in some way, shape, or form. When it comes to this Friday, she will really allow herself to be able to host other people's children. Maybe it's for a party, or maybe it's for some kind of event where, everyone can come together and really, get rid of the mystery of who the new so-called members pertaining to the kith and kin, right? The family, right? We all there to serve one another. And what can actually be poured out and shared here is really some values and understandings that people take. This is a very get to know one another session based on a mutual mother, that a lot of the people look up to in the family, as well as looking up to the children, looking up to a particular mother. It could be an aunt also, possibly as well. It could be someone who provides security for other children also. So if you're not a daycare provider, you wouldn't mind running a daycare and having someone actually institute expansively how things are taken care of, right? You may not want to be bogged down with, let me watch every so-called child. However, what you can do in that moment is really get the assistance from others. So if you're in a daycare, you work a daycare or things of that nature, here is where you'll be getting a lot of help from specifically, and what I see are some women that have leadership qualities, as well as women who can have a very forward mindset. This is a day too also where tempers will be very short, collectively speaking. Like people will get possibly, if they get upset with something, they'll get upset maybe with one thing, however, be over it very quickly. Because Moon in Aries is upset for about 30 seconds, then they're over it. Even if you have in your natal chart, Moon in Aries, your temper is about 30 seconds long on a situation. And even if it's lasting for a couple of days, because it's something way more serious, most people be like, wow, you got over that pretty fast. So that's that day also, to be able to just kind of be apologetic and not be cruel to yourself by allowing anger to have a stronghold in your life. And with that, I yielded the floor to our beloved brother in whom we are well pleased, Brother Terrell Tamari Bay Sauce.
Brilliant.
It's live. It's live. I am
Wow.
here.
Oh yeah, he's got a hard working, strong beginning on a Saturn day.
Yeah, it's a heavy load. Right.
So much.
Don't throw your back out, bro. Oof.
Oh my goodness. All right, so we're looking at the 5th of November, right? It's a Saturday. Scorpio's on the rise. Sun's at 13 degrees Scorpio, 2 minutes. So I'll just consider you to really take heed on everything Brother Hassan said for this Saturday, because for that Friday, because this Saturday is it'll pretty much be emphasizing everything you experienced on that Friday, right? So be open to listening and changing your usual routine, so to speak. All right. So the first aspect and the only aspect for Saturday is Venus opposed Uranus, right? Venus is in Scorpio. Uranus is in Taurus. Venus is in the 7th house, where she loves to be, in Scorpio, though.
Libra.
And then, what? Oh, Uranus. Uranus is in the 12th house, 17 degrees as well, right? Uranus is retrograde. So,
Like the 6th house, baby. 6th house, baby.
Y'all are hilarious, man. That is. I mean, that's a
Mercury.
These are heavy stelliums, bro. Like,
So, Jack, you did miss the party, bro.
You said what?
I said you didn't miss the party. He said,
You're
"Yeah, I didn't go to that
hilarious.
one, but the next one I came was a really."
You, bro.
What time? 1821 is the exactitude of this aspect. So, yeah, this would be like just Brother Hassan was speaking about relationships that may have been on shaky grounds. There could be some stability, some unexpected stability that may be brought to the forefront, so to speak. Specifically within one's value system, because it's like seeing what one really wants rather than what one ego wants, so to speak. The sensual desires are being elevated to a more higher octave, so to speak. Uranus, right? So the communication within whom you may be relating with is more effective. Really looking to talk about the things that needs to be talked about, so all the unusual or unexpected things that may look to come up can just be like it'll just be like a chuckle. Uranus. Yeah, so you're really just we're really just figuring out how to change our habits, bad habits, quote unquote, and getting more into our value system, whatever that may be. So Venus being in Scorpio, that's more so getting into the occult things, astrology, tarot, even finding old pictures or letters, or you may even be like reviewing your old leases or contracts, so to speak, and going over those and seeing how it may say freehold on your contract rather than leasehold, and you may be paying rent for nothing. Like you could see that within your contracts or whomever, whatever you may be dealing with. What'd you say, bro?
I said interesting. It just made me thought about what you said the other day.
What?
In the chat. about what I had sent about that location that I was eyeing.
Indeed. Yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
yeah, that's exactly that. Right. That's exactly that, right? Specifically. But more so like we said, those people in the contract already, so they're reviewing it, right? It's something that they're already into, but now they're re-reviewing it. It's like, wait, why am I doing this? Yeah, so it's a rearrangement with where the finances are being utilized. Yeah, so that's that Venus square Uranus. And be careful with your technology and your phones and stuff like that. You may want to probably get a case for your phone or something so it doesn't break, or your iPad. Maybe I'm just telling that to myself, I guess.
But that's hilarious because yesterday I dropped my iPad yesterday and I was like, yes, the screen didn't crack.
It's loud. Yeah.
Right, I'm serious. Right before we play Call of Duty, like right after George produced Gem, man.
Wow.
Yep.
Damn. Word. Yep. Yeah. So definitely take care of your your devices, your technological devices, for sure. Yeah, moving on to Sunday.
Which, may I add, by the way, Sunday, according to the calendar, is standard time begins. So that means when it's 2:59 and you're expecting it to be 3 o'clock, it's going to be 2 o'clock again for those that are adjusting their clocks and stuff. Just putting it out there.
Sounds like
it's
a Rico
2 o'clock
time.
again. Yeah.
I never was members of that.
Yeah, they be lying. They be lying. Just look at the sun and watch what the sun is doing.
Flat out.
Yeah. All right. So 6th of November, 14 degrees, Scorpio, 2 minutes. Yeah, so this day, like we said, just be open to rearrangement. Start your day with some yoga, possibly. Get you some order you some sea moss from Brother Core. Just it's starting to take care of your body, and really listening to your body. Your blood flow, your circulation, all of that stuff is being considered. So yeah, like I said, listen to your body and get your blood flowing. Like I said, yoga, even just walking, maybe walk for a mile. Shit, 750 feet. How about that?
Yeah. Brother Sean, you got co-pilot.
It's
you think, bro?
Oh, okay. Because I'm looking. I don't know why I'm like, yeah. Sorry.
Hey, yo, that.
Pardon me in advance, Brother Jay.
Hey, bro, you funny. That aspect is wow. That aspect is before sunrise, bro. You gotta hit the previous.
There you go.
Yeah, just do something different than your usual routine when you rise. So, how about don't touch your phone at all? Go get you a glass of water, and how about read 5 pages of whatever book you're reading? Do something like that, right? All right, moving on. We got the moon is going to sextile Saturn, and this is before sunrise, so most people will be resting. However, this could be those dreams from on high. That's like bringing the practicality, so to speak. The ancestors could be specifically, speaking to you or sending certain messages, in the dream world that'll, ignite some sort of creative spark. All right, so we got the moon in the 7th in Aries, 18 degrees, 46 minutes. And Saturn is in the 5th, 18 degrees, 46 minutes too. Yeah. Yeah, so Saturn in the 5th house. It's it's like those memories of those certain proverbs that your elders used to tell you about, whatever creative abilities you were into. So let's just say, your elders teaching you martial arts as a child. So now, you're that teacher now, able to oh my God, what? Are you serious? Oh my God, wow. Wow, excuse me, I'm sorry. Okay, that just threw me off. Woo! All right, so whoa. It's like you're now you're taking yourself more seriously now with this Saturn in the 5th house, because now you're conserving and applying all of these benefic goodness gracious, all of the benefic things that have been communicated to you as a child that has helped you be where you are now. That it's like a aha moment, so to speak. It's really just connecting back to that time when you were a child and you may have felt as if you were an adult. So it's like you're finding that balance with responsibility and also that keeping that inner child, that inner spark lit, so to speak. And that is, relative to who you're relating with. And if that spark is being reciprocated within your relationships. And that's pretty much the foundational energy with this aspect, because the moon is conjunct Chiron too. So it's bringing those inner wounds out to the forefront. It's bringing it to the forefront of the mind, because, Chiron is in Aries. That's the mental, that's the frontal lobe, so to speak. So everything that we have experienced at a time is pretty much coming, it is rising, right? So we have to deal with it accordingly. So now it's imperative for us to acknowledge where and what we value, or what we say we value and why. That's pretty much that energy here. All right, moving on. Moon's going to sextile Mars. Moon's still in Aries. Mars is in Gemini, right? So we got Moon in the 1st house, 25 degrees Aries, 14 minutes. And Mars is in the 3rd, retrograde, 25 degrees, 14 minutes, right? So yeah, this is a good time to really just go back to your old notes or your old plans, old pictures too, like I was speaking of earlier. Just going back to your childhood memories and really seeing how that position in life or that time of your life has got you to this point of your life, so to speak.
I'm
you could be
pictures now.
That's what you funny. Yeah. But yeah, those specifically, Aries being the bloodline, so everyone could feel this thrive or this drive to connect to their genealogy, their consanguinity, and really figure out where they come from. And like I said, you may have a elder that could help you with that, study, figuring out your roots and where your people come from, and if you had great debaters in your family, or if they were musicians or lawyers or murderers or thieves, who knows, cunning, who are they, who are you, right? That's moon sextile Mars energy. And Mars, like I said, Mars in the 3rd, so it's like it's best to do something with your hands. Maybe build something if you're an architect. If you like to cook, it should be a great time to indulge in or feed, your close relatives. That'll help bring some balance to the relationships, right? Yeah, that's that energy there. So then last aspect for that day, we got Moon square Pluto. Yes, so it's like you're forced to make changes, or you're just open to change because you're listening to yourself, so to speak.
Dun-dun-dun.
Hilarious, man.
So I'm gonna say, Jack. I think you might already intuitively know.
Oh God, don't do it.
I can't find it. I don't know where it
He
is.
said I can't find it. Let it load. Let it load.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Oh. All right.
Yeah.
So moon's in the 12th, Pluto's in the 9th. Yeah, that's beautiful. So yeah, this is Venus again. Yeah. Yeah, so this is like this is the best time to be open to challenge yourself. This is like show yourself approved energy. Pluto's in Capricorn in the 9th house, so we're talking about some sort of philosophical study or something that we actualized or that's sort of concrete in our life. Something that we know rather than believe. Want to see my face? But Pluto, Capricorn in the 9th. Yeah, it's rearranging and bringing a whole restructure to this structure that may have seemed like religion, but it was actually a dogma system, right? To fleece the people, so to speak. So that energy is like being exposed, so to speak, because Moon in Aries, it's like the women specifically, the women who are scholars and very well studied, they're pretty much speaking up and letting everyone know what's up, so to speak, like letting everyone know Allah is woman, period. Not we're not dealing with debates here. We're dealing with straight facts. You can deal with whatever you believe in, but the truth doesn't change and it doesn't pass away or fade away. It doesn't go anywhere. So that's pretty much that Moon square Pluto in Aries, Moon in Aries, Pluto in Capricorn. It's like all of those structures that seemed as if it was a structure is basically crumbling. It's like garlic powder or something.
Getting polarized.
Right? Yeah, so be open to standing up for what you know and making those who are comfortable with living a lie uncomfortable, because that's pretty much that emphasis with that Chiron and Aries and Moon, 14 degrees off of that, it's still there. So it's bringing our wounds to the forefront on how we need to stand up for ourselves and for the ones that we love. And with that, I will yield. Islam.
You have a moon void, of course, there for 6 hours and 15 minutes. And my first first testimony that I'll be giving is when Luna ingresses its exaltation sign Taurus. However, sunrise, right? Sunrise is clearly taking place approximately 0600 hours, 46 minutes. So with that being said, again, guys, when the sun is rising in Scorpio, the 10th house is Leo. All righty. So with that being said, that means that at this point in time, we're still in the degrees pertaining to business. 12 to 16 degrees, Scorpio is the business degrees, right? So we're really structuring and making sure that things that need to be done for our quote unquote entrepreneurial endeavors, we're making sure that we have everything structured in the background so things can flow smoothly. So we're not going to procrastinate. We're going to make sure that our computer has space, so we're going to back up important files. We're going to make sure that those things that we want to make sure that are out there as quote unquote advertisements, right? Advertisements, or you're actually promoting yourself or your entrepreneurial endeavors, so that people can be able to just yield you resources as necessary for you to have for yourself and your loved ones, and just having an exchange that is beneficial to all. With that being said, again, 12 to 16 degrees is business. However, at 15 degrees, Scorpio, it's a degree pertaining to regeneration, right? It's the eagle point. So at this point, guys, you may find yourself having the mindset or the heart, absolutely, to fly above the storm. Eagles fly above the storm, just like that the tempest, which is a violent storm, beats up only on the rocks and trees, not the sun, moon, or stars, or eagles in that manner. Also, so you're going to be able to fly above pettiness, guys, and you're going to be able to do that because you're going to recall when you were younger, or you may have some residual memory, right? That seems like, why do I know this? And you're trying to figure it out. Maybe just residual memory from past lives, where you'll be able to recognize that some things are much better unsaid when you've already said what it is that you needed to say. So you allow yourself to have a certain regeneration within inside yourself, while you also allow yourself to fly above any violent communicative storms that will really have you in a place where you're thinking, you know what, I'm with the shits and I love a good, back and forth verbally. However, you're going to actually see that's just been a waste of your time and your energy. And with that, I yield the floor. So I'm going to go over this lunar ingress 14 minutes after midnight happening before both, that and my Venusian Saturnian quartile are both happening before sunrise here. So we already know Luna ingressing, and looky, Astro Cookie, it's ingressing, however, not in its own joy in the third. It's in the sun's joy. That's very indicative that lunar eclipse is coming up. You know what I mean? That's very indicative. Because by joy, I guess, Luna would be eclipsing the sun's joy right there. However, there's going to be the earth coming in between the light pertaining to the moon and sun. So they're going to be so close, right, to the nodes, the moon and sun, that is going to be a partial lunar eclipse that's going to be taking place next day on the 8th, which Brother Sean is going to be going into. I know we were going to AB, as we said in our introduction earlier. However, the sauce has arrived. So now we are, on our Thursday, Tuesday, Friday, Monday, Saturday, Sunday, Wednesday kind of flow, as always, on our Freestyle Wednesday, how we do what we do. So with Luna ingressing here already in the 9th, however, within its exaltation sign, however, in reflection to its own joy, because Luna does much better in the third. So moon and sun are in mutual reception by joy. I know that's not a thing usually. You don't see that. However, I'm gonna say it. So there's a mutual reception by joy here. So this is where they actually do the best as far as houses are concerned, where their joys are. So now what they're able to do is be able to really bring forward to everyone, right, the entire group, and really have a sudden change in the way that people actually even thought about astrology. See, that's 7HealStar.com, what our 7HealStar Astrology Firm has done, even for communities that may have never heard of certain branches pertaining to astrology. We are very unveiling with that which we do. So you're going to see even further here that which you were comfortable in, which you thought was, the regular communications for astrology. What we're going to actually bring to light to you and everyone else is a way for you to actually value yourself a lot better, and making sure that you can expand your vocabulary through pertinent AstroLiteracy comprehension. So here the people will allow themselves to exalt the ideas pertaining to the values that will lead them away from their comfort zones and things that they've read, and will allow that which is published by, let's say, 7HealStar.com Astrology Firm, some things that will really allow them to make sudden changes in how they actually handle their affairs, not only within themselves, which may be foreign, but also with others that are actually foreign outside of themselves. And with that, I yield the floor. And that was Luna ingressing Taurus after a 6 hour and 15-minute void course. So guys, on the 6th, make no major transactions between 1729, which is 529, post meridian Eastern on the 6th, and wait till after 14 minutes after midnight on the 7th to actually, hit the checkout for all you online shoppers there. Just happening about 2 hours and 19 minutes later. 2 hours and 19 minutes later, we have a Venusian Saturnian quartile. Very interesting to have this because actually Libra and Capricorn are squared to each other. However, Saturn is exalted in Libra. I know Saturn isn't in Libra. I get it. I know Saturn is in Aquarius, and I get it. I know that Venus is in Scorpio. I'm just showing you the parallels here and looking at how there's a bit of an exalted energy here. So there's a challenge that ones must get over when pertaining to their values and their essentials. All right, so we clearly see that Saturn is there in the 3rd house. All right, he's still in Aquarius while ruling over the 3rd house, also sharing the 3rd house with Luna and Pluto. Venus is there in its accidental dignity. However, oh, I see what happened there. That's why I was like, hold on. Venus is supposed to be totally opposite in Scorpio right now. Right? But that's what I just said. Oh, no worries. No worries. Just hit next. So I'm like, hold on. Venus in Taurus, she's so not, dominant right now. She's she's trying to be dominatrix actually, because I'm telling you, Venus in Scorpio, woo-wee. You got to make sure you don't, use sex as a carrot over the horse's head, so to speak. All right. Interessante. That's right. It's actually taking place at 2:33, not actually 3:33, but remember, we're going back and out. So supposedly, quote unquote, going back and out, right? So according to the calendar, it's happening at 2:33, right? Just 33 minutes after 0200 hours, right? So with that being said, guys, what you're actually seeing here, right, with Luna, clearly, it's interesting how Luna is just opposite all that, still in its exaltation. Venus is there at 18 degrees. I'm not gonna laugh so hard, man. Jesus Christ. Luna is there, yo. Oh man, this is classic. This is classic. All right. So Venus there in the 2nd house though. Venus actually has accidental dignity there in the 2nd, while ruling the 2nd at the same time. However, in a sign that it is said, quote unquote, that it doesn't do best and it would do much better in Taurus as well as in Libra. However, we're looking at this here, guys. We really can go into possibly some things and thinking pertaining to our childhood, maybe even think about a childhood friend, or some things that can be brought to light about you and a sibling that, really you can uncover some things that may be valuable information that, has been a secret that's been held. And now it's coming to the surface. Not only is it coming to the surface, it's actually dealing with some way, shape, or form the security pertaining to children. Or people may find out that their mom is really their aunt type energy. Like, hold on, the whole time I really thought that this was my mom. This is actually my aunt, and who my aunt mom is saying is her friend / sister is actually my real mom. So hold on, what happened here? Well, what actually happened is the sudden changes that's actually happening in your life now. They think it's time for you to actually recognize that one was able to have the mindset and or the means to care for you where one did not care to care for you. And guys, remember, we're not doing the warm astrologers. This is just as it flows and the psychic, impulses happen and I see these images in my head. I just go and govern them accordingly. However, both in this square here, they're both ruling where the houses that they're in, and both being dispositive for the houses that they're in. So what can actually happen here is just a restructuring due to the sudden changes. However, it's not going to be taken hard. It's not going to be taken lightly. Why? Because who finds out that, hey, I'm adopted, or I was, a child that was swapped with someone else when I was younger. I kind of felt that there's something was off anyway the whole time. So it's like, now I get it. So this is another closure aspect for me, and what I'm seeing in my insight and intuition. What we're actually seeing, this is some closure so that people can actually be able to really move forward in what it is that they need. And the sudden changes that's really reflecting within the family so people can move forward is really just 180 degrees by house in the 8th house. So the values, alrighty, to how everyone is relating, all values, all relative values are really being put on the scale for balance so that everyone can really bring things home that will allow the infrastructure and how everyone interacts with one another really be no longer trying to squeeze the triangle peg in the circle hole and the cylinder within the square hole. Now we can actually, have things placed appropriately, have things fit as they are shaped accordingly, and no longer have any resentment mother that gave up her child to said sister or friend or godmother. And then vice versa, the weight of holding on to, which is actually a lie, is no longer really on the weight of the one that was caring for said child. And with that, I yield the floor to my beloved brother, in whom I am well pleased, Brother Sean Alim L. Islam.
Islam. That message out there. All right. Let's see. We are on the Tuesday, Mars Day. Mercules. I think there's also as well for that, right? Yeah, sun at 16 degrees. So, out the via combuster out of that 15 degrees Libra to Scorpio area, right? Sun, like I said, in Scorpio. Like I said, just keep digging, getting uncomfortable, like Brother Jack said, getting astrology, the tarot, the Reiki. Really just getting into the unknown mysteries of life. All right. After coming from balance, and get something for your career. Get you like a career report, right? Through one of the bros. Get something like that. Something in that fashion. And we will get into my first aspect of this long laundry list type of day, right? So let's see. Thursday, I had a lot of trines. Now this is a lot of reflections, conjunctions, and one square and sextile, right? It's gonna be an interesting day.
Not only is it a reflection with these two, even the numbers are reflecting each other.
Mm-hmm. 15, 51, got 16. Mm-hmm. Oh no, Jack, no.
Yo.
All right, let's get down. No Tony. All right, so we have a lunar Mercurian reflection here. We've got Mercury still trending Scorpio at 15 degrees, 51 minutes in the first. We've got Luna in Taurus. Same 15 degrees, 51 minutes, but in Taurus in the 7th. So, what I'm saying here is that conversation is going to be had. I think and I feel that the collective is going to be having these conversations. And I always say, whether you're in partnerships or, you're single, so I just guess I'll start out with singles first, is that there's going to be a lot of self-reflecting, right? Mercury and Scorpio, first house. So you're definitely getting into the basis and the truth and reality of who you are, right? Who you are, how do you approach things, how do you go about things? So things are going to be revealed to you through yourself, and you also can see that through the projections from the actions that you do, Luna and Taurus. So Mercury's in Scorpio, so you're projecting that out, and Luna and Taurus is a reflection of that in the 7th house. So yeah, for those that you deal with, for those that are in business, for those that are in the partnerships, from those who you just relate to the most, or just how you share yourself. For the partnerships, you really will be able to, like I said, have those uncomfortable conversations that you need to have, but are kind of like worrisome about it because it's going to make you uncomfortable. But the uncomfortability really is going to bring that next, that transformation, right? Mercury and Scorpio, transformative communication, so that now you can really serve not only yourself, but your partner as well. So that now things aren't just swept under the rug. So that now y'all are able to have these conversations. So it's like, hey, I've been kind of feeling like this. How are you feeling? You haven't, you've been kind of avoidant, right? In that fashion. So it's like, let's talk about this. Let's do it. But let's make it healthy, not like you want to argue or nothing. It's like, let's talk, let's have it, and once that's out, what someone might have been fearing might not have been as bad as what they were thinking and projecting. So they're rejecting that conversation. And let's see, Mars is ruling that first and Venus. So yeah, that's Mars. Mars is in the 8th. Yeah. So, so it's kind of like some accidental digging there, right? Mars loves, rule Scorpio. So in the 8th, right? So yeah, having these conversations, yo. Oh my gosh. That flash of that one song by Kendrick, him with that one chick. Well, they was arguing. I don't know the name of it, but kind of just like really taking that toxic ways of doing things and turning that into a more fashionable, healthy sense. Like realizing, acknowledging, and then making the necessary steps and change. So, which is very duly important. So yeah, enjoy the intensity and enjoy the realness of it, but not get caught to still be blinded by it. And I'll yield and get what we got next. We got a solar lunar reflection now. And I had that trine that was coming from that trine that I did. So yeah, another reflection here. Because now we have the lunar eclipse, right? Which we will be doing on Intuition Monday. So make sure you check that out on Monday for the global perspective of that for Intuition Monday. Man, I'm getting hit again, man. Woo. All righty. So yeah, this is going to be, like I said, that last eclipse. The energy is heavy. I think this one's not going to feel as heavy as the one previously, because I was feeling that like 2 weeks before. So yeah, once again, we got Sol in Scorpio, 16 degrees, Luna in Taurus at 16 degrees. Kind of curious as to what is 16 degrees Taurus. Give me 1 second. Boom. Painting, right? And influential in organizations. All right, great. Gravy. So yeah. With this for this eclipse, yeah, paint. If you haven't painted before, like think back to when we used to go to school, right? You'd be in art class. You know you couldn't paint or wasn't really good. Just like, how enjoyable was it to like kind of get your idea, whatever, of doing, like painting. So yeah. And that's whether you're physically painting like a picture or you're painting the picture of your life, right? Like making like some art. And however you do sun in it first. So yeah, definitely awareness of things that need to go, things that have been comfortable. And these could be from this life, and these also could be from past lives. So so yeah, you're really gonna have like a lot of kind of like multi-dimensional things going on with how you're relating and communicating, and just things that are coming up that might, seem random, but it's really not, because it's things from, this current time and your past lives, right? And now you're able to see all these different things from different angles. So now that you can like restructure on how you present yourself to the world. So now you're able to not be so worrisome of what's like expressing or studying what you do. Like someone could be like having an actualization of like, well, they do something that not everyone does or others might shun, but it's important. So now they're saying that and not letting others' projections affect them and their thinking. Luna and Taurus. So yeah, we're really getting a fresh look and sense of our worth and our values, because she's conjunct the North Node, right? Her North Node. So and Spirit and Fortune's in the 7th. So yeah, this is healing the partnerships for everyone. Like everyone's getting healed, whether you're, like I said, single, in a relationship, in a business ship or a partnership, or you have went into matrimony, what they'd be like married. All these things are being transformed. Like I said, for better for us, so some might walk away from things that are not serving them. Others could find things that are serving them, depending on your situation, but being open to the change that is occurring, going with the flow instead of trying to fight the flow, right? Like when someone's standing like in the river, right, going against the water, just lay down and go with the flow, swimming your back, right? When we're taught that instance. And yeah, like I said, Mars is still ruling from the 8th. So how we deal with ourselves and our worth, and how we deal with other people's money, quote unquote, and finances, is really taking a turn. And those who are in authority of these seats, I'm telling you, it's happening. From jurisprudence, from civics, like we're really, the truth is coming out, and most beings aren't used to it because they've never been questioned to it. But now all this is coming out to bring the value, the change, and the breakthrough that has been cooking, right? Now it's like universe is like, taking the lid off. It's like, ooh, we smell like good vegan food for those, or the gumbo for those. And now you're seeing why things have been happening while they have. And with that, I'll yield. And next up, I have a lunar Uranian conjunction.
Yep.
All right, I see where that was occurring. So yeah, this is word to Brother Jag here. So Luna, like I said, still transiting Taurus, Uranus and Taurus. So yeah, this is values, taking care of yourself, or like I said, somebody making an investment in something, whether it's like a personal trainer or becoming a personal trainer, or like a diet program, like a keto diet or master eliminate cleanse diet, something in that fashion for their health, right? Or starting a new workout plan, like a yoga gym routine in those fashions for different days, like to really transform themselves and like I said, do the internal work with the yoga, do the eating and working out to see that on the exterior. And yeah, like I said, really starting to decalcify their pineal. Luna and Uranus in the 6th, word to Brother Jag on the 6th house. So yeah, like I said before, a while ago, I think earlier this year or maybe last year, I have to check my notes, but to where it's, the trueness of spirituality is really going to be at the forefront for the people. And this, like I said, we told you what was going to happen. And yeah, you'll see the true nature of spirituality and not just this fake woke stuff when it comes to the eating, the yoga, the studying, the astrology. Like when you get in these services, you're really going to start seeing the truth of things. And yeah, and it might, crack your ego, but hey, maybe get shooken up some, to really realize the picture. So now that you can be, I want to say, be that humanitarian. Get out of that, change your heart and decide to be humanitarian instead of being stingy. You know, it's like Mr. Krabs, yo. Mr. Krabs donate being stingy. You know, don't be like Mr. Krabs, be like SpongeBob, you know. Be giving, but not to a sense to where you overgive, but learning how to find that balance. And like I said, Mars is rolling the ascendant again. So now Mars is in the partnerships. So yeah, the worth of the partnerships. So it's like that. If no one's serving you, why put up with it? Oh, well, you know, don't be just doing things just to say it. It's like, oh, I'm in this relationship, but I always complain every day for like 5 years. They're like, why don't you just leave? Oh, I can't. You can. You know, you're changing the mindset. And Sun, look at Sun, Venus, Mercury in the South Node in the 12th. So yeah, you're really going to be reflecting heavily in private. So maybe if you start doing something about change wouldn't be kicking that ass, right? Vertex in the 8th, so yeah, fatal relations. So really meeting some down to earth at home people that make you feel at home, right? That's it's like these new beings or these new energies coming in to shift and transform you, and now you're going to get rid of everything that wasn't worthy of your worth, showing you the worth. And now you're stepping into that new me, you know, kind of like hashtag new me. Like Papa's got a brand new bag, or, you know, like not like a brand new bag, but you're seeing yourself in a new sense. Seeing yourself in a new sense, get you some literature and get lit, right?
That was clever. It's like you're getting closer to who you are, so to speak. That's that energy.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like you.
What you got next?
I'm sure you ruffled a lot of feathers with that delineation there, but
man,
I think it's very interesting. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that.
I was saying I think it's very interesting, because it's going to be something very some wise transformation that's value. Of course, you know, just looking at the dispositorship pertaining to Venus, right? It's like, okay, so Venus is dispositing for that conjunction in the 6th house, right? And moving towards, you know, moving towards their actual quote unquote destiny, right? So I'm going forward opposite of their comfort zone was actually happening with Mars dispositing, not only for the 1st house overall, but the 12th also. So the 12th and 1st are sandwiching that bit of a stellium with Sun, Venus, and Mercury. However, Venus is ruling over Mars. So it's very interesting to really see how, you know, the values in relating is where really the sudden changes are going to take place. This is definitely a growth conjunction also. But it's definitely growth from the comfort zone. I will say that. I yield.
Yeah, I think I was telling Brother R, that taking the past and using it as a step stool for the present moment to get it's like, oh, don't look at everything you did as a bad thing, you know. It's like, did what I did. I learned what I learned, but now that I've learned, I'm not gonna do that. And now we can have the awareness of when we're, you know, doing things that aren't serving us, or we change, but the old ways is like kind of tempting to come back. It's like, you know, I might entertain you or do something, but I ain't coming back, you know. And what we got next? We got Luna and Saturn.
Correct. Quartile.
We got Luna, Saturnian. Quartile. Got a Luna, Saturn, quartile. Oh, 4th in the 1st house is going down towards in Aquarius. Right. So yeah, Saturn, Pluto ascending, occurring about 4 houses. 4 houses. And Luna, ooh, baby, ooh. You exalted and at home? Ooh, baby, that's strong, right? So it's making that quartile with Saturn. So get rid of that stuff. Whoever sees this video, yeah, don't be afraid to get rid of some things to make space for the new. Whoever hears this, sees this, comes across it, confirmation. Yeah, Saturn and Moon. So yeah, like I said, a lot of worth this day. So after coming off a couple of reflections, right, you're now looking at opportunity just to really structure your mindsets, how you like to govern yourself and your career, and just from the home, right, laying the foundation at the home. And does that, kind of match what you do at home, what you would like to do in your career or for the long term? Or I'm just gonna see like, an opportunity, like somebody is gonna really come to light, like from their group, right? But not like in a negative sense, right? But you're really gonna be able to start making that change within yourself, and then you'll start seeing the change you would like to see within the groups you do in that. Probably seeing that some groups really didn't truly serve you, right? So like, yeah, on that fashion, Pluto too in the first, yeah. So everything's transforming, right? There is a mass awakening, mass transformation. So just be open to change. Handling your affairs. Yeah, just be open to making the necessary changes. Yes, you could like to hold on to it strong, It's, well, I love this white sugar, I like this. It's like, yeah, you might want to let go of that. It's not the best. I know you've used it for about 10 years, but here's this that's healthier and a substitute. So being just open to things that's out the blue, and I'll yield. And what we got next? Oh, we got a Kazemi. Rick, we got a Kazemi.
Just about 23 minutes after that. So I think it's going to still take place in the 10th house.
That's after, wow. The eclipse, yeah.
10th house would be at about 13, 14 degrees, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
like everything that has been occurring, like from eclipses early this year, in Taurus and all that, it's going to continue to keep coming out. It's a purge, not in a movie gun, harm everyone, but that's the minds, souls, and spirits are being cleansed. Yeah, like things that were done to you are coming out. Those who are trying to be in secret are coming out. Like, it's nowhere to hide. You can buy you an underground bunker or whatever, you still can't hide from what it is. So, being open to that truth is going to make it a lot easier than rejecting it. Just because it ain't a Gucci or Versace life raft don't mean that you can't take the life raft if you're drowning, And this is going down at a 10th, yeah. So the truth about these beings in these seats are coming out, whether you know it or not, whether it was taught or talked about or not. So yeah, if you're not on 7HealStar, lectures, Brother Taj, Brother Roz, Mother Roz, pardon me, when it comes to like, and Nun Naji L, like checking those videos, because it's happening. The status and things is happening. Like, just because things we talked about, or you've seen others talked about, it just wasn't real, it didn't happen. It's like, yo, that was right. The light about things is coming out. And wow, look at that. Mars ruling from the 5th. Yeah, so it's gonna be like these services places, like these online places. I really see like leaks happening, right? leaks, press conferences, video servicing, beings coming up to speak and just let things be known. Or like a documentary that's been in the works that no one knew about and drops. Like I said, Mars in the 5th, being final expositor for the 10th. And Gemini, yeah. So it's communications coming through. Yeah. So be open to, not only seeing things outside of you, but within you as well when it comes to how you govern yourself. What do you stand on? What square and foundation do you stand on? For me and my bros, I know it's various things, Prophet Noble Draw Lead, Zodiac Constitution, and CM Bay and all those things. What are you going to stand on? What philosophy and belief do you stand on? Is it true or is it dogma? That's going to come out, and don't take it as, being wrong or starting over on something as a bad thing. Take it as an opportunity to do things the right way and truthfully do it and not blindly do it. And with that, I'm going to yield for that Kazemi in the 10th for the Baltimore Corporation area. This for the collective. It's the unveiling of hidden things you didn't want to believe, but the truth, so you can't do nothing about it. Yes, usher and ordain in some of these holy things, that people thought they've had. It's like, ooh, I'm protected, I'm chosen. Oh, no, you better find out.
Gonna learn today.
Oh, man, you got played. All right, so where we at now? All right, we are at a lunar Venusian opposition, reflection, whatever you would like to say for that. So 8th and 2nd house, looky, Astro Cookie. So Luna's in the opposite house. Oh, look at that, Jupiter ascending. Make sure you go watch that. Right? Yeah. Ooh, we got Jupiter ascending in Pisces. It's gonna be a lot of visions. I think a lot of beings are just gonna have these random visions and dreams, and please post them or make a note of them and drop it when the time is right. Venus and Luna. So this is how we relate and nurture. That is all about self-worth, value, just home, your mental foundation, and really being able to see the worth. Yeah, Akashic records. So yeah, definitely getting into the Akashic records of you, so that now you're able to see. It's kind of like your lineage or past lives, or coming in contact with some gods and ancestors here. Venus in the 8th. Yeah, so definitely get those readings. If you're not getting nothing occult, just what's hidden, like any tarot or anything, astrology, through that whole Scorpio season, you're really doing a disservice to yourself. Jupiter ascending, yeah, Pisces retrograde, 29 degrees. So yeah, it's critical. It's critical that you get this to assist yourself. You thinking, watching Netflix and movies gonna help you, or the internet, things you see on the internet. It's like, no, you really got to come clear about things within you. So this lunar and Venusian, yeah, be able to have those conversations with others. And Venus is ruling now. Where Venus? Yeah, Venus ruling from the opposite house.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, yeah. So yeah, relating, have those conversations. Beings are curious, but they think if they say something or express something, they'll be judged. And it's like, fuck them, because that's why. They probably on the inner too want to know or say it, but just staying at the balls to say it, right? So just being yourself, being honored, but yeah, you're really reflecting on just the growth and just your philosophy, and if things need change. Yeah, Neptune's right there in the 12th. So yeah, really get into the true nature of the spirituality of things. Yeah, realizing that what was once so important to be material really comes from the mental, because the all is mind, all is mind, the mind is one. So, and once you start getting past the dogma and the truth of just wanting to see beings, because you read these about these beings in these texts, but once you start seeing like just how you do watch movies, you'll see that it's all really about you. It's just it's shown on the outer to give you the clarity and sense that the motivation. So it's like not worshiping, getting out of the worship mentality. I would say with this lunar Venusian reflection, being able to relate in yourself and others, but getting out of the comfort sense of not taking responsibility and accountability just for your routine and your daily things and just others. And this will bring healing to you and all the partnerships and contracts that you have been through, whether it's business, kind of like karmic, or it's hidden. Getting related to that, and I'll yield and get into what we got next. We got a sextile with Luna and Neptune.
It's very interesting because the co-ruler for Pisces is Neptune, and Pisces is where Venus is exalted, and you just came off of a Luna reflecting Venus, and now the next one is Neptune. It's like that's very Piscean that they're very interesting to see that back to back. I yield.
Yeah, that's why we're like very active in our communications and how we go about things. Because Mercury and Mars is in mutual reception.
Looky. Astro cookie.
Very active in the communications and drive. We got Luna and Neptune. Neptune's in the 10th, Luna's in the 12th. So this is a mental growth opportunity. This is a mental mental comfort.
You did good. Right? Yeah, you did right. I was just circling it so people can see what you said.
Yeah, so even like, and it's nothing wrong with like finding comfort in things. It's like once the boat, goes out to sea and lays the anchor down to be comfortable and stable. If you never relieve the anchor and move, you will just always be there, So Luna and Taurus and that 12th house, right? It's gonna be really, like I said, realizing a lot of things when you're just in the private of your home, or just when you're at different spots like museums or institutions or hospitals. You're really going to be like seeing that. 23, so let's see. So yeah, really able to see the beauty and in the arts. So yeah, definitely buy that picture, right? Or if you thought about creating like paintings, and if you got that opportunity or someone to nurture you or give you the comfort and security, like someone could be offering someone like a home or a business opportunity, and they're given an opportunity to not be worried about finances or how you're going to pay for this or how I'm going to have a roof over my head, and they'll be able to just create and do something for the long term that is very beneficial, because Uranus in the North nodes in the 12th as well. And it's being ruled by Venus, yeah. Venus is in the 7th, right? Not just quite a 6th house still.
Yeah, 6, yeah.
So yeah, but they'll be able to get this opportunity to better themselves, to be of service to others. Oof, Mercury, Sun, and South Node and Vertex, yeah. I don't know how it's going to happen. Maybe it's someone comes into the job, or Maybe just being out what you do on a daily, but it's like, you're just like, da 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 da, and it's like, bing, this happens. Or if someone calls you, like, yeah, or text you or emails you, from just, someone at work, getting in contact with someone for you, in that fashion. Yeah. Gemini on the rise, Mercury ruling that. So yeah, just make sure you're understanding contracts. Like now, like I think Brother Jack was saying that earlier about looking over old leases and contracts and all these various things. You'll see like, yo, wow, I didn't even read that. I just signed and kept going because never told me, hey, read the contract, or because it's too long, or you don't want to read. But really reading and comprehending will unlock that comfortability, right? Will unlock that transformation and enhancement of being able to see that, when you sign without understanding, you can, get screwed over, as they would say. So now you're taking these situations differently and seriously. And with that, I'll yield for that lunar Neptunian sextile. And next we have a Mercurian Uranian reflection. So take notes, make sure you're reflecting and really like grasping things for what you see and how things could be, and just asking you for some help or some advice. Constructive advice. Like not where someone's jealous of you or hating on you, trying to talk you out of things, but someone that truly cares about you, or might not even know you, but are at where you want to be and can give you that advice. So where are we at now? Mercury in the 4th, Uranus in the 10th. We got Cancer on the rise, 27 degrees. So Mercury and Uranus, you're really looking to break free in what you do at home and your career. And Mercury right there in the 4th. Yeah, you're definitely reviewing just things that was hidden when you were younger. Not only younger, but in the home that you grew up in. Because now that you're being older, you're able to see things in a different light that you didn't see before, or things might not have been as obvious to you now as they were back then. And so this is still post Kazemi. No, it's not post Kazemi. It's under the beams now. It's 15 minutes past that Kazemi exact. So yeah, you're definitely and this is still going on after the eclipse. So yeah, things are coming up. So please, please, please pay attention and just don't toss things away, because it's going to be beneficial, like for, next couple of months with that eclipse energy. So making sure that you're just paying attention to things that are coming up so that you can make these changes. You're like, the dial is being reset to make these changes. Uranus in the 10th. So yeah, this is career, this is breakthrough. This is putting out the ideas. This is going through with what you wanted to see for the long term. Being ruled by Mars, right? Mars in the 11th. So yeah, this is working within the groups or being able to make some new social connections. Being able to make some new social connections, whether you're being introduced, whether you're just putting yourself out there more, or whether, like I said, someone's, putting you on with their contacts and connections, or referring you, word of mouth. Uranus is retrograde, so yeah, being very eccentric, very bold in who you are and what you would like to do, regardless of what has been the norm. So able to really step away from what's norm, from what you have done in the home or what others have done. Luna's ruling all that. So yeah, definitely going to be strengthening within the group and friend groups. So fascination and denial, but just be true to yourself about what things are, right? Lilith in that first, just be true to what's really in your heart. Listen to your heart. Yeah,
Listen
I'll
to
yield.
your heart. Go ahead, Jeff. How you doing?
We'll get into, I'm getting hot over here. We got a lunar, actually now, Mercury. I don't know, it's the Mercury. What we got next?
I think you're complete there, bro. If I'm
I'm
not
done,
mistaken.
man. I was just going. I was like, man, I got a laundry list. Oh, yeah, that is it for me. So, yeah, that is the last aspect of the day. So, that's 9:40 post meridian, last aspect. Yeah. So, make sure you just rest up. And at the end of the day after this, so make sure you buy a journal, put your energy into it for this new moon eclipse. Well, this full moon, pardon me. And really just let go. I mean, like, I don't think we need to do like a metaphysical version of Keisha Cole, Let It Go, let it go mentally, physically, and metaphysically. Because it's going to become clear on just things like that aren't serving you, that ain't really worth it, like opportunities or jobs or just different things or even goals that you once were passionate about but you aren't now. You're able to really see that. So yeah, clear all that out, man, so that we can move forward. And wherever this is occurring in your chart, this is Cancer rising. So what's your rising? Where is this eclipse occurring? Just start to see. So just keep a record. And I'll yield. And yeah, I'm gonna let Brother Jack finish his thing going out.
You got the co-pilot too, Brother Sean. I'll set this one down. Ooh. Did I hit it twice just now? One second. I might have hit it twice. Oh no, I didn't. I did great. Okay, cool. Sauce.
Brother Regulus, are you there?
Sauce.
It's all right. 9th of November, 17 degrees, Scorpio, 3 minutes.
Then
Right off the lunar eclipse. So, be mindful of what you are doing with your life.
what are you doing this year? Once again. What you doing?
Use your energy wisely, yes? Yes. This is that energy. This is before the sunrise. So moon's in Taurus still. Toro. Pluto is still in the Capricorns. Capricorni. So, as I mentioned earlier, when the moon was squaring Pluto, speaking on being forced to make changes, quoting Prophet Noble Ali. But the moon trine Pluto, energy is like, hey man, I know exactly what it is I need to, stop doing so I can, get to the next level. Right? Certain biological urges. Yo, bro, could you hit that for me? The aspect. But
Brother Sean isn't there. I just told him he had the co-pilot. I'm right here though, bro. Boom. Gotcha.
Oh, it was on me. Thought back.
Yes, I said you had the co-pilot.
You're good, brother. Thank you.
It's
request sent.
Really? Are you serious? Oh, I didn't know you wasn't no longer co-piloting. I thought you still had the remote control.
Okay. Where is yeah, okay, so we got Pluto in the 5th house. Yes. So our creative urges are being emphasized. Like, ooh, I knew I could do this. And moon's in Taurus.
It's definitely it's in trine with Pluto.
It is in trine with Pluto.
Yeah.
Moon in Taurus in the 9th house. This is that everything is being emphasized or everything is more concrete now. connecting more to the practicality of the metaphysical aspects of life. So it's just specifically the first Hermetic principle, all is mind. So recognizing that, brother, that's how you put it. Recognizing that proverb, or that the beauty of life, that our mind, the all is mind, so to speak, and recognizing how we utilize that tool, our mind, is very relative to our, day-to-day experience, so to speak, which would be the moon. And then, how we deal with that day-to-day change could be Pluto, so to speak. So this is really just that time to really, whatever studies, astrology, gardening, architecture, even botany, whatever studies you're into, it's really good for you to because like the sun is still rising at this time. So like, it's good to like study and write your notes, or go over your old notes to kind of start creating something that you want to create, to like produce some sort of response from the community at large, so they can have some sort of self-sustainability, so to speak. Food, clothing, shelter is the emphasis there, right? So then after that aspect, the sun will oppose Uranus. Isn't that we went back to the future, brother. November 4th there. We need to go to the 9th. Yes.
I gotta just get my time star on and just jump around.
Yes. Right.
Bam. There we go.
So sun's in the 2nd, right? And we're talking about what we are moving, something that has to be rearranged or changed. And then Uranus is in the 8th. So we're talking about our property versus someone else's property, our territory versus someone else's territory. So we're basically just, like I said earlier, finding out certain things about our contractual obligations. Those things may be bringing some sort of revolt or rebellion to these contracts or certain relationships that may have been, initiated or started based on, business. I mean, not business, childhood friends and things like that, like childhood friends or friends working together. There may need to be some sort of, let's just say, rearrangement within the business, so things can flow more productively within the day-to-day differences. Like, every day isn't the same, so you have to be open to change and things happening differently. So that Uranus energy is kind of bringing about that sense of stability, like, and what is that, and what's the means of that, so to speak. So just really finding out who you can do business with and who you may not be doing business with, so to speak. And that's that energy there. And then the moon's going to sextile Jupiter. So this is really just grasping and finalizing those philosophical studies or thoughts. It's really taking it to a more further, or taking it to the next level. Moon still in Taurus, right? Jupiter's in Pisces, right? So it's like we're really connecting to the metaphysical and the physical are one now, so to speak. Able to see the distinct differences between the metaphysical and the physical, however, recognizing also how unified they are. So this is the moment of clarity that brings a sense of replenishment of self, so to speak, or self a sense of self-enjoyment, so to speak, because one is firm or clear in what one wants in one's life, and what whatever ventures or studies one is into, how it is connecting to the natural side of life, how nature is feeding. Nature feeds us everything we want. So this is the moment for us to basically take heed, so to speak. This is like the apple tree, moment, so to speak, or the mustard seed moment, like that. Let that little tiny seed grows to something very magnificent. Based on,
don't want to be for my apple tree.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to be down with me.
Yeah. Right. And that's on you. Like we were talking about Brother Corey last night. Drink some tea. How about that?
Yeah, indeed. That lavender.
You just relax your mind and your body. Give yourself a pedicure. Yes.
That pineal power. That no more anxiety mixed with that pineal power.
Yeah. Islam. So then that's the moon's last aspect. Moon sextile Jupiter. And it's going to go void for 1 hour and 37 minutes, if I'm not mistaken, if my math is correct. So, of course, be mindful not to spend your finances there. Okay. With the moon going into Gemini at 20:37 8:37 p.m. post meridian.
Hold on, let's see. Yeah, exactly. Because it still says daylight savings time there instead of standard time on the actual screen. So we're actually pulling back an hour's time, so to speak, when that actual ingress happens. So I yield though, bro. You're on it, dog on it.
Yeah, bro. So when that moon goes into Gemini, like we were saying earlier, connecting to the childhood memories, finding old photographs, old letters. We're really just getting back into writing specifically, or listen to one of your favorite poets. I would recommend Maya Angelou, Langston Hughes.
Still around.
Prophet Noble Drew Ali is quite of a poet too, actually. Yes. Mm-hmm. So yeah, find that beauty in the literature, and possibly get active in, expressing your emotional, or your intellectual endeavors emotionally, right? Or bringing it down, putting it on paper, bringing the metaphysical down to the physical. Moon in Gemini. Yeah, and how about expressing your emotions instead of trying to intellectualize them all the time. Feel them and connect with them, so to speak, and then it'll give you a deeper concept, right? Yeah. With that, I yield. Read the Circle 7 Holy Quran when the moon transits into Gemini. Yes. Chapter 44, Misery. How about you read that, actually? You read Misery and see how you feel as you read it. Oh, God.
Yeah, speaking of misery, success.
Wow, it finally popped up and it ends right there. Right. Well, we're coming now, it doesn't end actually. The cycle doesn't end. We're just coming to a conclusion for now. Next Ilwa Raphael, right? Next Odin's Day, next Wednesday. Yeah, no, his brother Jag. His brother Jag closes on out with a 6th house kind of lunar ingress into Gemini. Very mercurial, that Gemini and 6th house lunar ingress there. How you?
Muchas gracias to servo, amigo.
Y'all hilarious, man. Indeed, they not. I guess Brother Jag already kind of went in on it though, for the most part. That's what you did, right?
I did 2 and 1.
Jag there, what's happening here? I don't hear his mic. Time Star Regulus Muhammad Bey with the sauce. You there, bro? bro, is you there?
None of us going in on. I guess he did that.
What you say, bro? Yeah, what's up?
Oh, so you are there. I was saying, like, yeah, it finally came up, but you already basically gave your testimony for.
Oh yeah. It's in the 6. Yeah, so that's you know, like I said, writing, connecting to that that childhood memory, so to speak. But yeah, this is a rearrangement on your routine, your data, your health, and that's coming to the forefront too. You could be having some sort of emotional outburst, so to speak, and you know, this is the time to really observe your emotions, rather than blurt them out. yeah, that's that energy there. And like I said, read the Circle 7 Holy Quran, chapter 44, chapter 1. At this moment in time. Literally. I'm so serious. Islam.
Let me stop the screen share there.
Oh, CMOS too. Get your CMOS, Brother Corey.
Serious.
Oh no, workout plan too though. That's the thing. Moon in 6th house. Gemini, workout plan. Maybe you should start working out. Workout. Yeah. Listen to your temple. Literally, it speaks to you. So listen.
Right. So guys, I'm just here on the Instagram. Just sharing out, guys. I don't know if you can see it behind me. I'm just kind of sharing out the different people's Instagram here, making sure they're getting this here so you can check it out. Check out the archive. And I like to thank Mother Carmisha and Brother Corey showing up in the chat. That's what I saw in the live chat. I thought that's what I saw. Yes, Mother Carmisha and Brother Corey interacted there in the chat.
Oh, Brother Corey said, "Oh no, Jack, no."
I know, right? I was trying to figure out, like, when did that happen? Right? And he said Islam Moors, right? Mother Carmisha said Islam also, right? She said Islam Moabites. That's right. That's who we are, right? So with that being said, guys, as I continue to send these things out to everyone, right? What I'll do is really just let you guys know, like as we said before, get your mental magician reports done. Go to 7HealStar.com and just check out exactly what it is that we actually have there. All righty. Be not disappointed at all, because you will and you are going to enjoy that which we have for you. All righty. So with that being said, guys, let me actually stop the sharing for that right there just for now and just bring this on over, skis. All right. Hey guys, just make sure that you really allow yourself to just, get ready to really meet yourself when it comes to the Mirror AstroLiteracy sessions, right? And make sure you schedule your Mirror AstroLiteracy session sooner than later. And those of you that already have gotten your Mirror AstroLiteracy sessions, remember, there are, if you start out with your first one, there are 3 more for you to actually get your hands on, so to speak, and or participate within, so that you can really go into this whole thing where you're doing some healthy self-reflection, right? The Mirror AstroLiteracy sessions are done in fashion pertaining to give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. However, you teach them how to fish and he'll eat for a lifetime, right? Or there's a group from the 90s called Arrested Development. And it was an actual song. Give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day. Teach him how to fish and he'll eat forever. I think they are the same group that did Tennessee. Tennessee. I mean, I don't know if you guys even know that. Lord, I'm really exactly. Right? I know. They were called Arrested Development, right? That was the name of that group, right?
Jed, I was say I don't know about Jag. I know, but Jag got that soul, so we already know.
I think, you know, those, I think Jag was, I don't even think Jag was manifested when that was a hit. I would say that's 92, 93. To be honest, don't get upset, Jag.
You swimming around in the ethers.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, yeah, Arrested Development. Because I remember when I was little, I had the actual cassette tape to that whole album. So that's just, am I telling on myself? Anyway, yeah, I think I might have been 7 or 8 years old when Arrested Development dropped that album, man, pertaining to Tennessee, and because there was another joint on there, Mr. Window. That joint, I ain't gonna front, y'all. You go back and listen to that Arrested Development joint, yo. They had some cuts on that joint, and you're gonna be like, hold up, yo. What happened to Speech in the rest of them? Because I think that was the lead vocalist on there was Speech. That was actually that particular artist's nom de plume, their stage name, right? So with that being said, guys, we're going to yield. Guys, go to 7HealStar.com, sign up for our email list. I'm going to send an email out. You know, I'm on it. Like, as soon as I finish this, here, I'm going to actually post on Facebook too. However, I'm going to go break down some boxes and put some things in the garage. I'm going to put some things in the garage, yeah, as they say across the pond. They say garage. I know we're here. We say garage, right? Do a few things because, you know, there's some special times that are on the rise. I won't go and say what or who, but, you know, for the bros that know, you already know. Gonna go do my solar arc coupling thing, right? Right. So that's just what it is, right? And do some things for my baby. Right. So that being said, I know, right? Exactly. You know. So with that being said, any other questions, comments, and/or suggestions from my beloved brothers in whom I'm well, please go on once. Questions, comments, and/or suggestion from my beloved brothers in whom I'm well, please go on twice. All righty, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us. I guess I'll check the chat just one last time for whomever is there, right? All righty. So we're good there, guys. Let me make sure I'm not missing on out. All right, we're good. So, guys, we are going to yield the floor and say to you all, sign up for the email list. Again, you see right here, 7HealStar.com. All right, and like I said, 9 times out of 10, I'll be sending things out between now and early next morning. All right. So with that being said, you'll be receiving some things between now and early the 3rd, November 2022. With that being said, guys, this is where we all say namaste, 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 Islam, 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 peace and love. Islam, y'all.